Right, it's a bit chilly tonight, it's the moment of truth. We've left this fire, this paraffin stove, to soak up the paraffin for at least 24 hours, I think, maybe more. We're just going to put the batteries back in, which is something I had not done. And actually, in the process of doing, we might as well be completing, showing you everything about my fire. This bend in the metal here that looks like it kind of goes in and you want to put it in there. I mentioned that in the other video. Make sure it sits on top. You don't want metal going into the battery compartment. The reason it bends is so that clearly there isn't a sharp piece of metal going onto there with the weight. The batteries, there's no battery cover on these. They just snap in and they go like that. Yeah, go like that. Or to be more precise, the electricity goes the other way, doesn't it? Anyway, it's irrelevant. It comes out of the minus end, I think. It's very counterintuitive. So we just check that the element is sitting there properly, that it's properly seated. This little spring is here so that you can move this around without burning your fingers. We've got our stop button. This should tell us that we're full of juice. It will go red when it runs out. And now we're going to just turn it on. Switch the torch off so that we can see it lighting. And let's see what happens, because there may still be a bit of water in that wick. I don't know. I think we could end up with a very yellow flame to start with. Bit of steamy, smoky stuff coming out. Quite a lot of smoky stuff coming out. I don't know if that's normal, but I'm going to open the door. It stinks a bit. Let's open the door. It's roaring away, it's going blue. It's going blue. It's going crazy. That's how it should go. It's just burnt off a little bit of excess whatever that was in the wick there. Perhaps that was a bit of the old water that didn't escape fully. Now this will roar itself up to a good heat quite quickly. So this is a fully serviced paraffin heater now. Normally takes about a minute, I think, to get itself up to start to go red. I mean, that blue flame is hot. Blue is what we want. We want a hot blue flame. And the element, the metal element, which is that thing with the holes punched in it, that'll go red. That'll radiate the heat. So the blue flame is the most efficient and the hottest flame that was coming out of the paraffin itself. We don't want yellow in there. Bit of yellow at the beginning is fine. Like I say, build up of moisture or whatever can cause it to be yellow at the beginning. If you're starting to get a yellow flame, it might be time to start thinking about at least ordering a new wick ready to be able to service it. Or if it's the end of the, when it's at the end of the season, when you're finished with your paraffin heater for the year, burn it dry. Burn it dry. Don't leave paraffin in there. And if you have left paraffin in there, then you're going to have to ideally just get rid of it and put brand new paraffin in at the beginning of the next season. And that you can do by watching my other video. And you notice the blue flame's coming out quite high there, but that's possibly because I have raised the wick a bit above what you're supposed to, right? So now that she's roaring away, we're going to just turn her down a touch and just make sure that blue flame isn't making a crown out of the top like that. Yeah, she's settling down a bit now. She'll stop to make those roaring sounds soon. And she's settled down now, more or less. We're going to get a few little flashes and flumps coming from it. We can turn her down a bit now. And now she's just going to sit there and quietly burn away like that, very happily. It's not quite up to full running temperature, so I feel like I want it to roar away a bit more, so I'm going to roar it away a bit more. But you can see that that's back to how it should be. That's how it should burn. Nice red hot metal there. Like I said to you, you can touch this, you can move this, that's why it's got a spring on it, and it's settled down now. It's not roaring, it's not flapping, it's not frumping, and that's at full temperature now, and that's actually fine with a bit of blue there at the top. If you want to really heat the place up, and then you can turn it down a little bit later and just let it fizzle away cheaply, because this is at maximum at the moment. There you go. One fully serviced paraffin heater, fully cleaned wick and everything. And that's the Kero. Well, I suppose you'd be Kero because it's kerosene. Kero 241A.